Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amy Williams, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, and I am so happy to have you here. Thank you so very much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you would like and subscribe, that would really help me out. I would appreciate it very much. And if you need a demonstrator, if you see something on here and you're like, I really want that, I would be honored to be your demonstrator. So if you have any needs or anything like that, please reach out to me. I'm always here. My information is down at the bottom in the more, if you, either says more or 3 dots in the description. I do have a link to my website and things like that. So I would love to hear from you. Also, I love to hear comments. So this is the card that I was going to do last week, and then I thought of something else. I saw something else and changed. And so I brought it to my stamp club, and they were like, oh, you have to do it. And I said, okay. So I have about 1, 2, 3. I had about 6 of them, different ones that I had made. And they picked the one they liked, and the one they thought I should demonstrate. And I am going to demonstrate that one, but I'm also going to show you the other ones so you can see other things. So I'm going to admit this is a stamp set that I bought by accident because I'm dyslexic and numbers are so hard for me. So anytime I'm typing in numbers, I make mistakes. And this was one of those, but it ended up being a happy mistake because I got the Snowflake stamp and I went, I know I did not order that. But that's okay. So anyway, that was exciting. Oh, I do want to tell you that November, I believe 6th, so it's a little bit of time yet. They are putting in some new online exclusives. And let me tell you, y'all, the paper that they have brought is, oh my goodness, so incredibly beautiful. So I'll show you that in a bit to give you a little bit of a preview because it is stunning. I can't even. So anyway, let me flip the camera and show you what we're going to do today. Okay, here we go. All righty, let's see. We're going to pull that up. I'm trying to really working on my camera angles, friends. I really am. Because I think I go too low sometimes and you don't see enough. Okay. There we go. I think that's pretty good. All right, here is the card that we are making today. And I don't know if you can see, but this part is, I got to put my glasses on. This part is embossed, and this part is also with a different embossing folder, okay? And this is done with 1 stamp. All right, so here we go. We're going to do this. I hope you like it. And yes, I do know that on this card, the embossing folder, I turned it upside down. But you know what? That's okay. It's all good. That's why we have, there's no mistakes in stamping. All right, so we are going to start with, we are using this Snow Crystal stamp set right here. This is the one I bought by accident. It's just 1 stamp set. And I absolutely love it. So here it is, okay? So what we're going to use is we're going to use Boho Blue. We're going to use Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. And I did try to clean up my stamps a little bit, but, well, let's be honest, I'm not very good at it. Okay, and for some reason, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, Night of Navy, oh, look, there's still some on there. Night of Navy always cleans up with a pink tint. I don't know why. So anyway, I just have a piece of basic white here, all right? And I'm going to put that to the side. So I'm going to start with my stamp set. I'm going to start with Boho Blue, okay? And I am just going to ink it up. I ink the stamp rather than trying to put it on the pad because you can't see it. And I don't know why I do this, but anytime I'm using a large stamp like this, I twist. I do. Obviously, I don't twist when I do other things. But anyway, I just do. So there is that one. And then I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight. Okay. And this time I'm going to make sure I'm going to use this side right here. I don't want to get that in there. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of brush it around the middles of these. you know, just kind of do the middles a little bit, okay? So then I've got the Misty Moonlight, and I just stuck my fingers in there. I've got to find my towel because we know that will be everywhere. Okay, here's my towel. Always have a towel everywhere. All right, and so now I'm gonna do my Night of Navy. And this one, I really just want kind of the ends of my snowflake. So I'm really just getting the tips of it, okay? Oh, I meant to go to this side like I said. Duh. All right, Amy, get it together. Now, if you want to take and then I'm going to kind of try to do the middle, okay? I really want that middle to have some blue to it, okay? Now, if you want to take a dauber and, you know, one of these little, let me get a dauber. Hold on. A new one. If you want to kind of tap it and try to, you know, blend it in a little bit, you can certainly do that, okay? I'm not gonna, because, you know, I don't roll like that. So here you go. We're gonna take it and we're just gonna take it down. This is just a half a sheet of paper, and you're gonna put it straight down. And then I'm gonna pull it up, okay? And you get a different one every single time. I mean, obviously, you have no idea what you're going to get. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut this out. And when you cut out, I want you to think about moving the paper rather than your scissors, okay? Now, no, I am not going to cut this whole thing out for you, because who wants to watch Amy cut? Nobody. So, ta-da! Oh, and I forgot one more thing. Oh, Amy. I need the stamp set right back because I need to do one more thing with it, because we don't want a naked inside of our card. So I have a piece of cardstock already cut, and I am going to do the same thing. I'm not going to clean it. It'll be fine. All right, but I'm just going to I'm not even doing the whole stamp. I'm just doing one little portion of that stamp, okay? So I started with my Boho blue. The next I'm going to use is my Misty Moonlight. I'm going to kind of brush here, here, and here. Okay. And then I am going to take my Night of Navy, and I'm going to brush the edges, because I do want those edges. Maybe try to get the middle. I'm using the wrong side. Get it together, girl. All right, there we go. Let's close it up and get some of the ink off of my hand. And then I'm just going to take this. I'm going to use this side because I know where it is. And I'm going to do it right like that onto a piece of basic white. And ta-da! See, then you've got your inside of your card, okay? So I'm going to put that to the side. Now I can put my stamp set to the side. Okay. So the next thing we want to do on our card is we want to do this background right here. And we want to do this part because we're going to, we'll do all of our dry embossing at the same time. So we're going to do this. Now, I save scraps, all right? I have these little things in my, with my paper. Under each one of my papers, I save my scraps, okay? I save all the scraps. This one is Boho Blue. I don't have as many scraps because it's new. This is Misty Moonlight. It's been around for a little longer. I have all different sizes. Yes, I even saved this because this is perfectly good to use again. I always save my 1/2-inch strips because I use those, okay? And then here's a Night of Navy. You can see I have tons of that in there. And those just go underneath my paper behind me, okay? So I have these 3 strips, okay? Honestly, I did not cut them. I did not cut them. I happen to have the right sizes. This is 1 1/2. This is 1 inch, or 1 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, okay? And so what I'm gonna do, forgot to get that, I'm going to just put my pieces right on top of each other, okay? Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna trim that. And then I'm gonna use this, okay? And I'm going to put it right in the center, just like that, okay? That's all I did, okay? Then now I'm going to run it through my embossing machine, okay? So I have my cut and emboss right here. And I'm gonna get my plates. I've got plate 1 and I've got plate 4, okay? Now, the embossing folder I am using for this one, and you can use whatever you have, these stripes and splatters, I love these stripes, and so I'm going to use those. There's also some pretty waves that we have that I think also would look really nice. They are in the mini catalog. I have them. I just, for some reason, like these. This to me feels maybe a little watery. I don't know, not really, but in my head, in Amy's tiny little brain, that's what I see. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to run this through. Okay, make sure when you run an embossing folder through, you put the fold side in first. Okay, and so then I have this beautiful embossed piece. Okay, now I want the background embossed as well. So I am using this Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, and you can see how it comes like this. And I'm assuming that this is the top and this is the bottom. I could be wrong. Who knows? I don't, it does seem like that would be, because, I don't know. It just does. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to put it more at the bottom because I want lots of the, more of the snow on there. So I've got 1, and these are both 3D embossing folders. So I'm just using plates 1 and 4. So I'm going to run this through. Oh, look, there's a thing from a couple weeks ago. All right. So I'm going to run that through. You think I haven't used this 5 million times since the couple weeks ago. But, oh well. All right. And then you have this beautifully embossed white. I just think it's so pretty. It's so delicate. Oh, I love this embossing folder. I love embossing folders in general, but this is one of my favorites. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to cut our snowflake. So I have mine already cut, and I noticed that I didn't get a great stamp there. So I am going to cut that part in half. This is a little longer anyway, so I will be cutting it off anyway. So I'm just going to cut it right here, just like that. Boom. And then I've got my 2 halves of my snowflake. Okay. Now, let's see. I've got that. I've got that. The next thing I want to do is my my sentiment, okay? This is the Christmas Classics stamp set. Oh my gosh. Stamp set. I love this one, but I'm going to tell you another one I truly love is Brightest Glow. This one is in the annual catalog. This one is in the mini catalog, but these are some of my favorite. I use this Merry Christmas a ton. Hey, what are you doing, Solo? Sorry, my dog just decided to come in. So I'm going to use this stamp set, and you may not have seen this before. It's kind of new, or this punch. The stamp set was available for World Card Making Day. So here is the stamp set that it goes with. And I think I'm going to use one of these stamps first and then stamp my sentiment inside. But the great thing about this is that you can look to see, if it's going to fit. Like, say I wanted to use Peace on Earth. So I'm just going to take that and go, okay, does it fit? No, it does not fit for this one. And it really doesn't fit in here either. So I'm not going to use peace on earth, okay? So I'm going to look and let's see. I definitely tidings of comfort and joy. I think that fits very well. So what I'm going to do is this, all right? I'm going to take this. Hold on. Take that off. Okay, now put that right there. And I'm going to put that down. All right. Come on, Amy. There we go. And then I'm going to line it up on my board here, if I can do that. And I'm going to put tidings of joy right in the middle, because then I know they're going to fit, right? I think this is going to work. And then I'm going to get my block and I'm going to put it right like that. Okay, so then I've got tidings of comfort and joy, and I'm going to use this because, well, that makes sense to me. I use my scraps, right? I always use my scraps. Night of Navy escaped a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. You notice I don't twist it when I put it down, but I always twist it when I do that. So I'm just going to stamp that right there. Okay, and I thought I was using the other one, but I picked up this one. But you know what? That's okay. Here we go. Can you see that? No, you could not. Okay. So I used just the dots. I thought I was using the other one, but it's okay. Okay. So I'm going to punch that out just like that. And there you have it. All done. Now I don't want this just to be white. I want a little razzle dazzle to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move a couple of things out of the way here. Okay. I'm going to take this more dazzling paper, and I don't know if you can see this paper. It is so pretty. It comes in two colors. It comes in this yellow gold color, and then this softer color. Now, a couple of years ago, if you bought during Celebration, this was a free paper, and it just was this color though. It was just this, I think it was called So Dazzling. This is called More Dazzling. Now, I don't want this color. Okay, I don't want to use this color. I want to color it. So I have 3 colors I can choose from. This is Night of Navy, this is Misty Moonlight, and this is Boho Blue. And honestly, I'm leaning toward Boho Blue. So look what you can do. You can take your alcohol ink marker and color this. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. And the more you go over it, the darker it's going to get. How absolutely cool is that? Okay? Now, if I looked at it and go, I really want that a little darker, I'm going to look. I'm going to put it on here. Obviously, I don't have it enough. Yep, I think I do want it a little darker. So I am going to go up a little bit because obviously I did not make it big enough. Okay. And then I'm going to go with, here's the funny thing. Night of Navy, the color itself is darker, but the pen isn't. So it always kind of cracks me up a little bit. I'm using the dark Night of Navy, so I'm going to go over it a little bit more because I do think I want a little more contrast. So, and there you go. Now, I have not tried this, but what you could try is using a dab of re-inker with a little bit of alcohol to make it an alcohol marker. And you could try putting it on here. I haven't done that, so I can't say if that would work, but it is a possible option. All right, I'm going to put it under here, make sure I've got all of it, and look how cool and pretty is that. And I'm just going to cut it in half. Okay, I'm going to get my cutter. I'm going to do it here so that y'all can see it. even though yeah, I did it. Look, am I perfect? No. Is that okay? Yep. I'll put the larger on bottom and smaller on top. And so then look at that. Isn't that so neat? Oh, I just love it. Okay. So then I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm going to go on these sides. Okay. And again, I want the larger on the bottom, which you really can't tell because you can't see the sides. So it doesn't really matter that much. And the reason I'm doing this first is because I'm going to put this on the card before I put my snowflakes on, because I want them to kind of, oh, that didn't go on, did it? I want them to cover a little bit. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. Is that on now? Oh, well, Amy, you're not doing a good job with this. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in a minute to solidify that just a little bit. And then I see that's crooked. So I'm going to do that. Does that look better? Yeah. Cute. Okay. So let's get our card out. And I've got Night of Navy. Okay. I need my bone folder. I saw somebody said they use their pretty one on when they do it, but I can never find one that is pretty. I just grab whichever one I can find. Okay. So let me find all my stuff here because everything seems to be hiding from me. Okay. I don't want that right now. I want this. We need to get this onto here. And you can do it as sideways as you want. If you want it like this, if you want it straight, do it straight. I like the idea of doing it diagonal. So I'm going to put a good amount on here just because I want it to stay. So I like a nice diagonal. So I'm just going to put it, I hope you can see. I'm going to put it here. The only thing you want to make sure of is that you've got the embossing all the way across, if that makes sense. So you're going to put it like this, and then you're going to cut it. You're going to cut it. You can cut with scissors, but if I cannot cut it with scissors because I am challenged when it comes to that. So I'm just going to butt that up against it, okay, and then go, okay, and then take it off, all right? And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And if you don't make the sound, I don't think it works. Like that. Okay, so then it works, see? And then you've got your cute little diagonal fold there. All right. Now, I want everything popped up. Okay, so I'm going to put this on first, and I'm going to use dimensionals with this. Of course, I'm going to use dimensionals. Would you think anything else of me? But when I put my dimensionals on, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to use them as a little bit of a reinforcement for my tag. So I'm going to do 3, and I am over dimensionaling on purpose just because I want to make sure that all stays. And then I'll just put one in the corners. Again, would I normally put this many on one? No, but you know, I just want to make sure everything stays. Nothing better than giving a card and then somebody going, yeah, thanks, that fell apart. But you know, that's all good. So I would try that. Now, I don't know about you. I send Christmas cards. Well, I don't send a lot of Christmas cards, but for me, a lot of times what I use my cards for, somebody asked me, I give them as gifts. Oh yeah, look how pretty that is. And you could stop there if you wanted, but you don't because you have these adorable snowflakes that you're going to pop up. I use my cards, a lot of Christmas cards, as thank you notes. I think it's very important to give a thank you note. I am a school librarian, so at a lower income, we have some lower income students and things like that. So, you know, I know that if a student gives me a gift, I know that they scrimped and saved to give it to me. But I did this even when I worked in an upper income school. I believe that in order to teach our kids manners and things like that, we have to teach them by example. So anytime any one of my students gives me a gift, I always write a thank you note. Do I think their parents always know that I've done it? No, because they probably don't show them, and that's okay. But I just want them to know how much I appreciate them. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and you can kind of see why I did it that way, because I wanted this to kind of, I don't know, show up. Okay, so we've got this. You're going to die when you see what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's just something I believe in. I believe in thanking people. So I use a lot of these cards that I have made, and I will use them as thank you notes for my kids, just because that's the only way to teach them, right? And I want that. All right, so you can see that this is bigger than the paper. All right, I will use my snips for this, and half the time I'll do it poorly, but I'll do it. And then that. Okay, so then I have that. I think that's so cute. Now I do want some, I wait till the very end to put anything onto my card, and I just touch that. Let's move that. Okay. I'm telling you. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to put some gems on. These are our rhinestone basic gems, which I love, but I didn't necessarily want silver on this. I wanted them colors. So I'm going to do the same thing, see, that I did with the paper. I'm going to color the gems. So I'm going to take this Night of Navy. You can use the brush side, or you can use the other side. Looks like I only have like a couple medium ones, so I'm just going to do that. And so now they're colored. How cool is that? And I can use my take your pick tool to get them off. And let's see, definitely know I want one right there. Okay, I want one. Let's do one right there. I'm going to do a middle one here. And then I'm going to do a little one here. Kind of do 3. Let's do a little one up here. Oopsie. Put him right there. I'm going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do 7. I do always like to do an odd number. It does look better if you do an odd number. So we'll put this one right about there. And so that gives me lots of nice little sparkle and shine. And then I actually am going to pop this up over this. So I'm again going to get out my dimensionals. Okay. And actually, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to start cutting like that, because I like to use when I'm doing the longer pieces, when I'm doing a larger piece, I like to use the outards a little bit like that. And I don't have any more, so I use dimensionals like that. Okay. People laugh at me because I'm so frugal. And at my stamp club the other night, somebody was like, so you save all that? And then I also had the question of, do you save your mistakes? And because I make a lot of mistakes. And you know what? I do save my mistakes. I kind of have a pile of them off to the side. And I save them because, they're learning. And sometimes I go back and I go, yeah, I messed that up. But what if I tried this with it? So I've got that. Now I'm going to take my inside and I'm going to, this is one I had done earlier because I'm going to be totally honest. I just saw that I did that. And so I can't use that. So I have this one that I did earlier. And then I'm going to put that right in there. And there is my card. My Tidings with Comfort and Joy. It's got a little sparkle to it. I love the embossing folder. I'm going to show you some others that I did. This was the first one. Okay, so I did that. And then I also did this one. And this one used Night of Navy, Misty, Moonlight, and Balmy Blue. So that was just a little bit different. Now, I went a little crazy and I did some different ones. This is Balmy Blue, Pretty Peacock, and Lost Lagoon. And I don't know if you can see, but I used some of that shimmer paper on these. This is that navy shimmer paper. Okay. This one is, I think this one was the first one I did. Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and I gotta, what is that one? Seafoam, soft seafoam. That's the other one. So I did that one. Then I did this one, which was Flirty Flamingo. Come on, Amy. Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Lost Lagoon. And again, I made a couple of these thank you cards because I will use them as thank you. And then I wanted to get a little crazy and I went with a totally different thing. And I did, this one I did the music note one. And I did Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia, and the other Highland Heather. And okay, so here's the thing. So this is the one I colored and you saw on my sheet, that's where I had colored it. Here's the funny thing. When I punched it out, I used my oval punch because I forgot that the thing I had used for my sentiment, I had punched with this one. Okay. And I was like, oh man, well, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. So I just put that one on there and that's that. So I hope you like what I did today. I am really excited about these. I feel like I took a mistake, a stamp set that I didn't intend to use. And I'm really happy with what I came up with this one. I hope you do too. I hope you guys have a great week. I have, gosh, I think I might actually have a quiet week ahead of me. So I'm very, very excited. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching, and do something crafty this week and make someone's day by sending your cards. Make sure you do that. Bye, guys.